Hello and welcome to another episode of Find Your Purpose podcast. And I'm here with Peace Ravenwood, and we're going to be talking all things purpose and purposeful. So I have to start with the question, Peace. Did you always want to be a cosmic rebel?
I think I was born rebellious. And the cosmic, I was raised by a very cosmic mum. So, and had a lot of challenges through my life from a child to an adult. So, a lot of which I rebelled against. So, yeah, naturally now at 57, I'm embracing the cosmic and the rebellious.
Tell me a little bit, so am I, by the way. Tell me a little bit about saying that you were raised by a cosmic mum.
Yeah, so my mum, as we all do, had a lot of challenges with mental health. She had severe postnatal depression when I was a toddler. And I think she always used to joke about going to Pendle Hill on Halloween with her broomstick. And that's how I grew up as a child, hearing this. And later in life, when I was about mid-teens, she actually started harnessing her gifts as a psychic. And I was introduced to psychic circles, mediumship through my mum and my nana as well. You know, my nana had a lot of gifts, but she never talked about them. You know, all those years ago, you didn't talk about it. So yeah, that was my upbringing. You know, around a lot of psychics, very gifted psychic mediums, trans mediums, etc.
Amazing. So tell me a little bit about the rebel side, because you said you rebelled against it. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I think I rebelled against more authority than anything, and constructs, systems, than the actual, my gifts, because, right from when I was a child, I saw beyond what most people can see. I had an imaginary friend like most children do, but I was told, no, that's not right, and this, that, and the other. And so I just rebelled against the whole system, and just knew that I wasn't meant to fit in anywhere from quite a young age, really. And that was how my life steered itself. Somebody told me to do something one way and I'd run away and go and do it another way.
Are you talking about the system being the school system?
Not necessarily. I think I didn't really know back then, but when I left school and college, I actually think when my mum forced me to go to art college to get a career, instead of running away to work with horses, which I ultimately did, I rebelled. I started really rebelling then. My dad died when I was 16, and that was a horrific trauma, as you can imagine. And I think that really did set me on a path.
Absolutely, it would do. So tell me a little bit more about your inner gifts and how they connect to purpose. And what's your take on that?
Yeah, so when you have clairsight, or any of your clairs that you are aware of, I mean, we can all develop our clair senses, all of them, and also connecting with ones that maybe most people might not be familiar with. But it's a case of, I'm trying to recall, really. It was actually when my dad died that I saw my first, it's the whole sixth sense thing. I see dead people. And it was my dad. My dad was the first one that came to me after he passed. And that was a big thing, to see my dad there at the side of his coffin before it, went through the curtain to be, for his cremation and stuff.
Do you think spirit of your dad, or actually seeing a holographic of him? Tell me.
I guess you could say a holographic image of him, but it was moving. It was very real, very him. And I burst out laughing at the funeral. So inappropriate, and I've been inappropriate ever since. And I celebrate that. But yeah, so I because we were surrounded by very, very talented mediums. You know, I'm talking proper stage mediums. I mean, my mum used to talk to Doris Stokes all the time. You know, they were good friends, and obviously she's passed many, many years ago now. And I went to one of my mum's friends, another psychic called Doris Seed, and she said, "My love, embrace this. This is a gift. Don't be frightened of it." You
So are
know.
you saying that the gift and your gifts, which are related to your purpose, and it's all about embracing your unique gifts?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? And it's dependent on our life experience and what we do. So how have you developed your gifts further since that sort of first experience? Tell me the things that you've been doing and, you know, the work that you do.
So much. I mean, I'm in my 57th year now, and from those early days as a teen, um, I I walked away from it for a while because of various life experiences and shut myself down or was shut down. And I'm sure a lot of people will resonate with this. But it was when I was drawn to plants,
Mm,
when I had my first house and a first garden, and I was just naturally drawn to working with plants, medicinal plants. And I feel that was in my sort of early 20s that the real journey of connecting in with the other world, should I say, that term, the other abilities, the other voices, whatever you want to call it. You know, we all have a different definition, different way of communicating it. And it was really then, and I even didn't know then that this was me listening and hearing stuff that
yeah.
wasn't coming out of the mouth of another human. So, and since then I went into, I became a Reiki master in the mid 90s, and then went on to discover by having sessions with other people and then falling in love with how that felt, whatever it was, whether it was healing art or crystals or body work, and now quantum regression. Um,
Mm.
and I'm a psychedelic facilitator and plant medicine woman. Every step of my life and my becoming has been a remembering of the divine gifts that we come to earth with.
Yeah. So how would you say all of that now that it's really aligning for you because you've got so many fantastic, wonderful things going? How would you say sharing your story now that actually makes you feel about how far you've come?
Kind of overwhelming.
Mm. Can
Uh,
be.
yeah, it's it's an ever unfolding, up-leveling remembering of everything. You know, there isn't a day goes by that I said to a friend yesterday that every morning I wake up not knowing anything because I've developed that curiosity, that innocence, that desire to embrace every day as a beginner, because then I come from a place of stillness and emptiness that I receive new information
Mm.
that goes on all the time.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And you're a facilitator and you facilitate that. So it is top tip time. So what top tip then would you give to someone who's going on a very, purposeful journey, trying to find more of their inner gifts and purpose? What tip would you give?
The number one tip is silence and stillness.
Love it. I'm going to write that down. It's so true.
You know, we
Yeah.
live in such a fast-paced, noisy, busy world with lots of shiny objects. You know, this, that, I'm going to do this course, I'm going to reach for that. Oh, look at that. You know, stillness. You cannot create and find purpose without stillness to hear and receive.
It's so true. And I was just wrote down why, and it's to hear and receive. So
Mm.
tell me, what is it you're working on right now?
Well, quite grown up things, really. If you want to, I mean, I'm stepping into the woman I'm becoming, with all my divine gifts, awakening very fast, aware of new earth, the shifts that we were being presented with, the choice to take or not. I have just opened a beautiful community membership, which is called Inner Sanctum. And Inner Sanctum is the antidote to all the overwhelm, the hustle, the noise, the shiny objects. It's a space for the healers, the mystics, the rebels, those of us that have been labeled all these things too much, too woo, too out there, too different, too sensitive, you name it. You can put any too much to that. A place of stillness where you can just come and feel held, seen, validated for whatever is happening for you right now, and learn and grow in a very safe container where we co-create. And it's to facilitate the activation of more of us so that we can then go on restored, renewed, refreshed, to go on and activate others, to raise and continue raising the frequency on this planet.
Amazing. This is amazing. Amazing. Love the work that you do. So where can people find you?
They can find me at peaceravenwood.co.uk.
Amazing. Well, what we'll do is we'll drop the links under the videos. Thank you so much for coming on. And for anybody who wants to find me, you can find me, Joanne Catherine Barker, at Conscious Pathways Solutions. And the podcast this particular podcast will be going out under my autumn season. And I was super excited to have had you on, Peace, and I'm so grateful. And thank you. And bye for now. Take care.